What's up everyone, this is Raising Dave from DontBlink. Welcome back to our channel. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time here, in this channel we talk everything about video production, from pre-production to post-production, photography and general topics related to content creation, helping you create better content for your brand or for your business. If that's something that you're interested in, if that's something that will help you, please consider subscribing and also hit that bell icon because we'll be uploading videos every week and that's not something you want to miss. Today we'll be talking about pre-production. This is a topic which many ignore, but pre-production plays a big role in your video and it can save you a lot of time, it can save you a lot of money, and it can also save you a lot of resources. So let's actually jump right into it. So before we actually jump into the pre-production process, let me tell you why pre-production is necessary and why pre-production is important. Let's talk about an actual scenario here. For example, if you're shooting for a client and the client wanted a particular color background. These are some things which can be ignored because when you're in a shoot, you're not actually thinking about a background. When you actually go into the post-production and when you send your video to the client is not happy with how the background looks, and the client states, it's mentioned in the mail and whatever document you all exchange that the client wanted a background. Now what happens? These are the simple things, which can save you a lot of time, a lot of money, and also a lot of resources. So our pre-production process is broken down into two main parts. So the first part of our checklist is with regards to the video. So the four factors that we consider in this first part is the story, the script, the mood board, and the shortlist. So let me repeat it again: the story, the script, the mood board, and the shortlist. So first, story. So when a client contacts us and when a client says that this is the problem and this is the video they want to shoot, we do a few brainstorming sessions and we try to come up with the concept before we actually start doing anything else. And we make sure that we have good knowledge on what the client wants and client requirements, and based on that we come up with the story. This concept or the story is you take a very rough idea of how your final video is going to turn out. So once you're done with your story or your concept development, you move on to the second part of the checklist, which is your script. So for example, a script could be, if we were doing a conversation like this for our client, we would script what the client has to talk about, because not everyone is used to talking in front of a camera. So having a script makes the whole process more smoother for them. So the first is the storyboard or the concept development, and the second is the script. Thirdly, we have a mood board. Now is when we actually dive into the visuals. We go online and we search for video clips or even images, and we make a whole collection of them, and we make a mood board as to what the video is going to look like at the end. And the last thing with regard to the video is the shortlist. Now that we know, now that we have our script, the shortlist will consist of, okay, what camera angles are we going to be shooting in, what are the shots that we're talking about, what are the movements that we're going to use, so on and so forth. So those are the 4 steps to our pre-production process with regard to the video. So that's part 1 of the pre-production. So part 1 is basically about the visual aspect of it. So this covers everything with regard to that. So now we move on to part 2. So most of you might think we have pretty much covered everything related to pre-production with these 4 steps, but no, actually there's more to it than just the video. So what part 2 consists of is the location, the crew and equipment, the schedule, and your backup plans. So let me break this down for you just like we did in part 1. So the first one is location. You need to make sure that your location has been booked. Maybe you need to send a couple of mails, get your confirmation, make sure your client has confirmed that you have the location booked or that you have the venue booked. There always might be misunderstandings or miscommunication, so you need to make sure that your location is booked, because without your location you cannot shoot. And you need to be searching for alternatives with all that equipment, with your talent and with your crew on board. It's going to be a big hassle and it's going to be a big mess for you, if you mess up your location. So make sure that you have your location set up. The second is talent. So the talent is basically the person who is in front of the lens. So it might be someone who's acting, it may be someone like me who is seated here and talking to the camera. Just like location, make sure that you have confirmed with your talent, make sure you have communicated everything, and also make sure that you've double checked that the talent is aware that the shoot is maybe tomorrow or the day after. Try to send a couple of reminder mails or a message so that they are kept on update as well. Some people may question this is actually not the job that production company needs to do, but a good production company would actually look into these factors and make sure that everything runs smoothly. So the third point is the crew and equipment. This is also another very important factor. So crew, when I refer to crew, it's basically who's behind the camera. So this can be the producer, the director, the videographer. Make sure that you have communicated with your crew, and also make sure that the equipment is available. And if you are going to hire equipment, make sure that you have everything a day or 2 before, so that you can avoid a lot of trouble and save a lot of time. And the final thing, this is like a pro tip, most of the people don't do this, but the final thing is a schedule. So what you can do is based on your shot list, right? So you basically have a shot list. So based on your shot list, try to map out a schedule. So in the schedule, so you would have the shot list, and then you would have who will be needed for that shot list. So that would be the talent, and then maybe set a time frame. So from this time for an hour you'll be shooting these couple of scenes, and for this hour you'll be shooting this couple of scenes. You can make the time frames which correspond to your shot list. So this would be something beneficial for you as well, because what you can do is you can actually take a printout of this. You can send this to your talent, you can send this to your producer, you can send this to your filmmaker, you can send this to everyone who will be involved in the shoot, because now everyone has a very clear idea as to what time they're shooting and what they're doing as well. So these are the 4 things in part 2, and that's pretty much it. If there's any questions that you would like to ask us, please do, again, as we always say, do leave them in the comment section below. We'd be more than happy to answer them for you. That's it for the video, guys. If you learned something out of this video, do give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you'd be interested in learning about videography, photography, and everything related to production, creating better content for your business or for your brand. We'll be uploading a video every week, as I said, so make sure you stay tuned. Hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we post a video and that you don't miss out. This is Raising Date from DontBlink.lk, and I will see you guys in the next video.